I'm headed down to Seattle so I can get some stuff for the new building, a few personal things I need, but living on an island, there's actually like next to no place to buy patio furniture. I can't find like garage style cabinets, so I'm gonna be going down, doing some shopping for the new building. I actually just took the new ramp to get to the airport. This construction's been going on several years, but for those of you who don't know, you have to take a boat, a ferry, to get from Ketchikan to Gravina, where our airport is located. To take the new ramp today, so that was exciting. And I just paid for my parking here at the airport. Luckily it wasn't full, and there is a sign on that Ketchikan side that tells you if parking's full or not. It wasn't, so I took the opportunity. I parked and it was $22 for till Thursday. It's Sunday now. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and get through security. Has anyone else noticed that the Seattle airport is always under construction, but yet you never actually see anybody working on it? I don't really know why this happens, but my baggage claim, my rental cars, it's always like the farthest away. They're like, I'll go straight to the very back, and I'm like, why? One of the parking lot attendants were like, I love your hair. Your hair's fire. That's pretty funny. Made it. I rented me a minivan, and as dorky as that sounds, I love space. I don't have enough space at home. I love space. Space is a luxury. I love it. Lots of space. I don't care how dorky it looks. So, babe, if you're watching this isn't all glamorous or anything. Like, I'm not even at Taco Bell. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know. Trust me. I'm gonna work hard to find all this stuff that we need. I mean, I'm not even eating this like perfectly grilled Crunchwrap Supreme either. You know? I mean, actually it's terrible. It's just really, it's not even that good at all, you know? So, well, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything at all. So if you know me and Jeremy at all, making fun of each other is our, I guess you could just call it our love language. If you can't laugh and make fun of each other, and we're like, what's the point? Meanwhile, I didn't pick my hotel. I haven't seen it at all. Jeremy picked it for me. So let's go check out the Comfort Suites here next to the Family Fun Center. Let's do a room tour. Okay, so I am staying at the Comfort Suites by the Family Fun Center in Tukwila. I thought this was kind of nice. They give you 3 options for toilet paper. That's crazy. I'm into it. And what I also appreciate is there's a microwave. You almost never see microwaves in hotel rooms anymore. At least I don't. And there's a fridge. It's like either you get one or the other, but most of the time you get a coffee pot and maybe a mini fridge. So I already put my fruit in there that I snagged at the airport so I have a snack. But I appreciate that. And also it looked like the ice was free, so I can fill up my water. Now look at this. I thought this was really great. There's a couch. I can pull this table up and I could work on my computer if I need to, because of course the desk is already dedicated to my makeup, right? And then 2 beds, and I always do a pillow check. You can see I did it already. Hit that! Yep, no, it's perfect. See? It's nice and soft, which is great. At least for me, if you're into that. And lots of light comes in. I actually really like that. Lots of good lighting. Oh, hey, little hangout spot down there. So yeah, I'll give you another update after I've slept, see how comfortable it was, and let you know how it is. And this is the Comfort Suites in Tukwila by the Family Fun Center. So overall, pretty good. And there's a pool downstairs. There is complimentary water. I really appreciated that. At previous hotels I've been at, they're like, you want me to charge this to your room? So it was great. They just handed me multiple bottles of water And there's also complimentary breakfast starting at 6:30, so I'll probably snag that in the morning and then head on out to figure out my shopping and my game plan. But I'm meeting with my father-in-law in the morning, and we're gonna go around and we're gonna do some pickups. We're going to grab some things off the shelf that I need some help with because I can't really find associates around very well. And then we're going to take it to Alaska Marine Lines. That's going to be a fun experience for you. We'll take it to AML and they're going to barge it on home up to Alaska for me. Look at this, the ice was free. Oh, I'm so happy because it's like 80 something degrees outside and I do not do good with heat. Okay, got some work done and ordered me some Domino's. I'll show you the pizza here in a second. So gonna have some dinner and get to bed so I can come up with a plan for tomorrow. How am I gonna start? Where am I going first? What can I consolidate to find at one location versus spending my time just going everywhere? We gotta get stuff home.
Little did she know, she would be up until 3:30 a.m. drawing plans. And their contractor was moving faster than anticipated. He was due back on site in just 3 hours.
So not only did my contractor need more concrete plans or a layout from me, but I figured out I couldn't even buy anything if I didn't determine what way do the doors swing, what size do the doors need to be, what size cabinets will fit here. I had a lot to figure out and just about no time to do it. And the fact that we didn't get a closing date really prevented us from planning in the way that we were trying to this entire time. And by this entire time, I really only mean it's been like a few months that we've been handling this transaction, figuring out, oh, we can't stay in the building we're leasing anymore and we have to move on. What are we gonna do? Panic is setting in. So it really hasn't been that much time. So this is the progress on the extension just before I left. And luckily I blue taped some areas before I left. So I had already started a rough configuration of the layout, but here on this diagram, you can kind of see this is the full extension and what's gonna be created there in that space. And this sketch from my contractor is basically what started it all. This is what I had to work off of while I was gone traveling and figuring this out in the middle of the night to really make the most of this time in Seattle and get as much materials as I could. And the fact that we didn't get a closing date made it nearly impossible to plan ahead of time. And with the fact that we have to move everything so fast has really made it challenging, but also we want to make it a space that we love while having to use what we can find that's in stock and making it feel unique and special to us, because we just can't afford to wait 12 weeks for cabinets or whatever it may be. We have to get operational and back up to speed and functional and efficient as soon as we possibly can, as this all happened very short notice and really just unexpectedly. Good morning. I am up and I'm ready to start my day. I kind of came up with an attack plan, stayed up late drawing out the kitchen, trying to figure out what cabinets I need to find for the layout and the space that we have, so I know what I'm looking for and what my goals are. And I'm gonna hit up Lowe's, I'm gonna hit up Home Depot, I'm gonna try to see if there's Big Lots in the area. I need to find some office furniture, but I feel like between those main places, I should be able to get everything I'm looking for. Oh, but first, how did I sleep last night here? I actually feel really good. I can't sleep if there's any type of light that comes into the room. I would give the darkness factor in here like a 9.5 out of 10. So that's really good. Any little light leakage, I'm wide awake. My eyes are bouncing open. I didn't wake up with like a sore neck or anything. Actually, I feel pretty good. I don't feel stiff or anything. So normally that happens to me when I'm staying places and traveling around. My body just gets stiff when I'm sleeping on different mattresses and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to finding some things that's really gonna help us with this move. Set us up for efficiency. That's something that we struggle with because we don't have space. And when you're out of space, you can't really set up operative workflows that just make sense to help you get through your jobs and get them done quickly as possible. So that's gonna be great. I'm excited to look around. I'm gonna take you with me. Let's go find some things and explore some options that otherwise I don't have in Ketchikan. You know, I shop local as much as humanly possible. As a business owner, I absolutely know how important that is and the impacts of that. But there's just things you can't find, and I'm tired of buying blind for how expensive everything is. You know, Jeremy needs garage style cabinets. We need kitchen cabinets. You're not going to find those in stock anywhere but down here. We need countertops. We need lighting fixtures. We need, and like, there's Walmart. You know, I can find a few things there. There's, you know, a few furniture places. You'd have a few choices. But I really want to make this unique, and I feel like our authenticity and who we are really, really matters to us, and demonstrating that through the entire experience within our space. We're not just creating a space to work in, we're creating a space that we love and that we want to spend time in. So let's get it, guys. Let's go. Also, not me feeling some self-doubt that I'm just kind of trying to piece together our renovations with no plans, just eyeballs and what's in here. So I hope it all comes together and that it's all gonna work and it's all gonna look great together. That's pretty. And we have arrived to Home Depot. Let's see what we can find. These look really nice. It looks like you would just mount them onto the surface and it would protrude out. Those look kind of cool. Let's keep looking. Okay, so I have bought these before. I have the 4-inch ones and I really like them because they're really slim. You don't need a can. They basically just clip and they're held in place on the other side of your sheetrock. And you just mount this box. They're really slim. You don't need junctions or all that other thing. You don't need a big housing can. I like these. $26 each. And I'm gonna have 5 rooms, 5 areas upstairs that are gonna need some type of lighting. But my concern is that our roof pitches. Our ceiling will be pitched, right? Like a triangle. And if I just put in those flat cans, my lighting is gonna be shooting at angles. These ones I could rotate in position, and I have these too on my walkway at home because I have a slanted walkway and I want the light to shoot straight down, not into my house. So, and what's nice about these is you can choose how bright, what color, temperature you want your lights to be. Just on the switch, you can adjust it. So I really like these. $40 each. Obviously, they're a bit thicker. They're not as slim. The 4-inch model looks to be a little bit slimmer, but then you'd probably need more of them, right? I'm definitely gonna get an exit sign to put at the top of the stairs just in case the power ever goes out. There's also these giant light panels, which I've seen people using more and more. They look nice. I just don't want it to feel too clinical, you know, and I kind of get that vibe a little bit. So we're turning that front old reception area and office into a showroom. We're gonna have our graphic design samples, we're gonna have our apparel and our printed and our hat samples all on the wall. We're gonna have just all of our services all throughout the room. Now, above that front counter, which is also going away, I want to switch out the pendants that are hanging in there, the light fixtures. Like, I'm a sucker for good lighting and accent pieces. That's what really makes a place just have a different atmosphere. And I want it to be an experience, like I've said before. So we're gonna swap that out. Let's look at some more lights. These are cool, but a little too fancy, This one's not bad, but I really just want to swap out the pendant and leave the existing feature, the existing cord structure that ties into it alone. So let's try to find some pendants. They sure are pretty though. There's also some track lighting that existed in the front office there, the front now showroom, and I'm going to want to keep that because I think I can insert some track heads and kind of shine the light and point it to each different service that we're highlighting on the walls around the room. But I'm not really liking the options that I'm seeing here, so I think that means we're gonna have to go to Lowe's for that. If you haven't caught on yet, I'm a graphic designer, but I've also designed multiple interior spaces and even won awards for such. So I'm a little bit picky when it comes to the overall look because that's how it makes you feel. And that's really important to us. How do we feel in this space? Do we want to actually get up and go there every day? Then we need to enjoy the space that we're in. We're creating experiences. Let's take a look at some other options. I don't know about you, but these lights give me so much anxiety. They're too crazy. So I didn't find any options where I could just swap out the pendant and not buy an entire new lighting structure. So I think we're striking out on that too here at Home Depot. I actually think one of these freestanding little mini fridges would be cool to have on the production floor for Jeremy and the crew. They wouldn't have to run through the showroom, run through the storage, go upstairs to get to the kitchen. They could just have some waters and some of their drinks chilled on the floor. So I actually really like this one. I turned around and I found more options. Look at that. This looks like the right one. That one's too small. This looks like the right one. And at only $289, that's a definite must.
And I have my father-in-law here to help me make some decisions. And if I were waiting for a store associate every single time, I would get nothing out of this store.
I wonder if one of these furniture moving dollies would be helpful. They just don't seem like they'd hold very much. So I'm in the refrigerator section. I really don't need a huge fridge, but it's gotta have split doors. I'll tell you my logic on that. I can't have this giant 3-foot door swinging open because it's such a small space. It's only about 7 feet. So if I have a fridge that's 3 feet and the door is 3 feet, you're gonna be back up against a wall trying to open that door. So I'm gonna need a split door, like a French door refrigerator. And I don't wanna spend a lot of money because, like, again, this is only for like lunches and stuff like that. This Samsung looks okay. It doesn't look too big, but I don't like that I can't just grab it. Like, I don't want to grab it down here. That's so awkward. Grabbing that from down there. I don't like that. Let's keep looking. These just look too big. This one has some handles. Same price as the other one. This isn't a bad option. It's got a nice bright light. Price seems reasonable. It's the size is what matters here. Okay, I found a smaller fridge. It's not super tall. It's like only a couple inches taller than me. It's only 31 wide instead of most refrigerators are like 36 to 38. And I'm always looking at the hinges. So when you open the door, is it flush? Are you gonna bang into things? Okay, they have lots of options for doors. That's great. I'm seeing a lot of right-handed swings. I'm seeing, okay, pricing looks to be like $235 to $240 range. Just something simple, just like this, is totally fine. It was pretty wild. We ended up waiting about 40 minutes and called 3 different times on the intercom to have someone help us because there was one door we needed that we couldn't get. But that's okay. We were patient and we waited our turn. What mattered most is that we got everything that we needed. This is not what I came here for, but I am totally wanting one of these for my deck. Look at how fun that is. And the colors would match perfectly. Though I would swap out this bottle opener for my bear head one that I sell at Woodlands. That'd be way cooler. Love it.
You've heard me say that I need some garage style cabinets. We already have Husky set up in our production area. So I'm looking for a little bit more, something like that, some taller ones so we're not bending down deep into cabinets to pull out gallons of ink. But I also think I want to keep one of these for me. I have stuff for all my digital printing that I have to use, cleaning swabs, and wipers and blades and things like that that are related to production. It'd be great to roll these around the shop and keep one for myself. I really don't know. I've never had 3,000 square feet before. But this nice big black one, I'm totally thinking that Jeremy can store all of his doodads, doohickeys, plates, screws, random cords, everything that I find all over the place for his photo and video.
Luckily, I already bought my flooring locally in Ketchikan from Anne at Island Tile and Marble. She always does a fantastic job and points me in the right direction for the right product for what my usage level is going to be. If it's going to be higher demand, we want to go with something stronger. So she really helped me out and she got me something really quick. So I'm building a really cool spot under the stairs for the kids, and I'm going to pick out some LED lights for Jace. He's going to be really excited about that. Let's go with these ones because this one you have to connect to Wi-Fi. It doesn't look like it comes with a remote. It's not very clear. Doesn't look like it comes with a remote. I don't want to have to deal with Wi-Fi and have them on an app. I think that this one looks perfect. 40 bucks. And just for good measure, let's get a couple of these too to decorate.
Now, I didn't think I was going to need a fan, but I realized there's no windows on the upper floor for the outside, so we're going to need some airflow. Here's what my haul is starting to look like. I've got Husky cabs. I didn't find everything that I needed, but I've made a really, really good dent, and I've got all my doors loaded up, including a new exterior door. And all in all, it took about half a day to get everything loaded up that we needed to. And there's more of my stuff way over there. Now, we were able to find some really quick help to get everything off of these rolling carts and pallet jacks and into our vehicles. We have my father-in-law's truck and then the minivan that I rented to get everything loaded up to AML, and we want to try to get it there and consolidate it because we don't want multiple pallet charges from AML if we can avoid it. We want to really get it packed down nice.
Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, I'm giving this a shot at Lowe's. Let's see if we find some more things that are gonna be helpful for the build out of the offices. Come on, Lowe's, don't let me down. The first thing that I wanna do is compare the refrigerators and see if there's anything potentially better here. Okay, I really like what I'm seeing here with this one. The split doors, the handles are not awkwardly down here. Nice and bright. This one seems okay. I like this one. Price seems fairly competitive with everything else that we've been looking at, so I don't really need all this water and ice situation. Even though, why is the fridge cheaper? But it has that. But I also know that these things like can malfunction a lot, so it's interesting. Huh. Okay, so that one looks promising. The lighting section is calling me. We're getting closer. I don't know, I might have to phone a friend on this one. Do I need to pay extra for these positionable ones? Look, at Lowe's, you can actually just buy pendants. Maybe I missed it at Home Depot. Maybe I did, but look, you can just replace the pendant, which is really all I need. What one do you guys like best? I'm really jiving with this one. It's just so different. Looks like a starry night, light's gonna shine through, and the coppery gold is kind of like our brand color, so I think I'm gonna get these ones. Should we have started this conversation that our style is more industrial, modern, but has touches that are like cottagey? You think 3 is enough? Isn't that the coolest? I'm just obsessed. Like, light's gonna shine through there. I just think that's awesome. Can we just take a minute to appreciate these orchids? Look at how beautiful these are. Ooh, gosh. Come home with me. Okay, we need a kitchen sink. I really, really like the black ones because you can do gold hardware with that and it's gonna look really nice. However, that one looks too small and that one looks too big, so I'm gonna have to do some research and see if there might be an in-between model online. On the stair risers going up to the second floor where our offices are gonna be, actually I wanna do some peel and stick just on the riser. So we'll have a really nice wood white oak stair and the bullnosing, and then on the riser I wanna do a pattern that's black and white. And I think with peel and stick, it's gonna get the job done. I'm gonna cut these into different shapes and things. And I think you can even grout these too, so it'll look like real tile going up the stairs. Let's take a look. Do I have to buy these by the box or can I get them individually too, in case I need some mess ups? Well, I wanted it to look black and white. Gosh, is that one too cream? Oh man, choices. I stood here for so long looking at this. I think 2 different associates asked me if I was okay. Decision paralysis is a real thing, but also I don't want to make mistakes and not love it later. I really want to like it and have it be timeless and look good for a long time. And with how much everything costs, I just want to be sure I'm making a decision I'm gonna love, and so will Jeremy. He really doesn't even know what I'm buying. I don't know, this looks really nice and soft together, but I love contrast. Okay, so let's pretend that this is my stair. What would you pick? Tell me in the comments. Okay, so right now I'm only leaving with the peel and stick flooring for the stair risers and 3 of the pendants, and it's coming out to $280, about $310 after taxes. So they're called vinyl tiles. I have no idea. Oh, I'm glad I got them because they were the last few ones there. Oh. Should have put the other ones in first. Darn it. Man, I feel like I look weak right now. These are freaking heavy. I think I'm gonna put these individual ones more up front. Aw, crap. Dang it. Oh. Right in my spot, too. Not over there. Just right here. Dang it. Okay. Finally back in my room. Yeah, like this trip was booked very last minute. I'm talking like maybe 3 days notice, and Jeremy found me this room. I had to, put together a list fairly quickly because of how fast things are moving with the building. And with us not getting a closing date, it really just made things have to move at a pace a little bit faster than I'm comfortable with. But I got a lot done. I'd say I accomplished about 80% of my list. There were only a couple things I couldn't find in store to see in person. Like Jeremy's commercial garage style cabinets, the kitchenette cabinets and the color I wanted I couldn't track down. Good morning, it's day 2 and I'm off to do some more purchases and actually get as much as I can to the barge today. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'd love to have all this done by around 1 or 2. So let's go make a dent in this, shall we? I have a full-size exterior door in the minivan, along with a couple windows and my cooler. I got the tiles in here, faucet. Exit sign, more of my floor tile, and it looks pretty well packed. So next step, the barge. All right, we are all loaded up and ready to go. I got 6 doors, including an exterior. I got my countertop. I got the cooler for Jeremy downstairs. I got a Husky tool bench. I don't know what I would have done if my father-in-law didn't come down here to help me even just get all this stuff into the trolley to get into the truck. And then my van is full too. So I think this is great headway. I got to actually look at things, make decisions, not just flying blind off the internet like I have to do so often. This is good. Okay, I'm waiting in line at AML. It was really great because I got to catch up with some old friends who've known me since I was like really little and small, who lived in Ketchikan, who worked at the Seattle AML office for years and years and years, God, probably like 15 plus years. So I'm just waiting in line, and we will figure out how to get all this stuff palletized so we can get it to Ketchikan, Alaska safely. I don't want to make any insurance claims. AML has always done a really good job. I love working with them. They're my logistics partner for shipping all of our t-shirts, everything. Not to mention all of our equipment, just the logistics and the weight and how heavy things are. AML has always done a fantastic job for us. And I wanted to treat my father-in-law to Bahama Breeze. I've only ever been one time before near Tukwila, and after all that hard work and heavy lifting, we definitely needed some fuel and some yummy food and drinks. I'm gonna show this to Jeremy.
Here.
That glass is huge. It doesn't look huge, but oh my gosh. Overall, I'd say really successful trip. I've had just a lot of hours out trying to figure things out, a lot of late nights staying up, drawing our spaces and trying to plan with what I have. Just very quick, brief measurements. So I hope it all works out. And it's been a good time. We got everything to AML. I'd just say overall very successful. Couldn't do it without the help of my father-in-law who lives here in Washington. So very thankful and grateful for him. I'm ready to unwind, start drawing, and just chill for the rest of the night. And by chill, I mean probably do some work emails, okay, and then draw, and then chill. Okay. Okay, so the craziest thing happened. On my way to the airport, I got an alert in the app that I could upgrade my ticket to first class for only $70. And after mulling it over, I was like, yeah, I'm doing that. I've never been first class, and I actually got to cut the security line, and I only had to wait for like 4 people in front of me because I upgraded to first class. Can we just talk about these googly eyes all over the airport? I mean, I just can't. I just can't. Look at that. It's too good. Again? Not at the Hachiko. And my gate was really, really small. It had like maybe 12 seats, so I opted to sit over in the gate next door, brought out my laptop, and did what any other working person while traveling would do, get back to work. I had some deadlines and some calendars I had to do some proof revisions on for a job up in Seward, and we had a lot of other things to manage and keep track of while we've been kind of in this lull period during construction. So I've never sat in first class before. I didn't know they brought you food that you didn't have to pay for. So I actually went to Starbucks and got a turkey pesto grilled sandwich before the flight because I had no idea. And I was feeling a little extra, so I asked for a cranberry and Sprite, and they offered me a pulled pork sandwich or fruit and cheese plate, and so that's what I opted for. And these crackers were actually delicious. I couldn't get enough of those crackers. Yep, ate it up. All of it. It was good. Yeah, and if you haven't tried one of our Woodlands sweaters yet, you're really missing out. Go to woodlandsclothing.com. They're perfect to take a little bit of that crisp air off of you. And did I say ridiculously soft? You know you've hit Ketchikan when you see water on the ground. Yep, I've made it home, and I hear it's raining really bad. Oh, yeah. It was raining really bad outside. People were running and sprinting to their cars, no joke. Yeah, it's normal everyday Ketchikan though, right? I mean, it's good. I felt ridiculous to still have my sunglasses on my head, but you know what? It's only 2 hours from Seattle to Ketchikan, and I immediately got right back to work, seeing the progress, seeing the blue tape, kind of figuring out what pieces were left for me to plan for. And it was great to just get everyone on the same page with what I was hoping to accomplish. Walls are starting to go up. If you want to continue to see progress and follow us along on our journey of taking our small business from the corner of our bedroom to a now going to be 4,200 square foot warehouse, please follow us, subscribe, leave us comments, engage with us. We really appreciate it, and we'd love to chat more.
Straight up, straight over, straight over.
Okay, who has tape on me?